We look in the mirror and who's there? Bam, me. And so when I see me, I'm like, girl, you better wake it up. And I can't expect anybody else to do for me what I'm not doing for me.
They say that happiness is an inside job. You hear that a lot, right? But so many people look outside of themselves for things that will make them happy. So the right guy or the right job or the right retirement account or whatever, right? So if happiness really comes from within, what can we do to encourage people to really take that on?
Self-care. You know, we're the first people we see when we get up in the morning. We look in the mirror and who's there? Bam, me. And so when I see me, I'm like, girl, you better wake it up. You better get it going. And I can't expect anybody else to do for me what I'm not doing for me. So I need to pick me up. When I'm down, don't feel too well, I need to pick me up. So give your own self a pick me up, or, you know, and just if you need to do affirmations, affirmations are helpful. Whatever you need to do to make yourself feel good. But just think about this. If you expect somebody else to do or say something to make you feel good, what would you like to hear? Say it to yourself.
And with those affirmations, I think sometimes we tend to hold on to those disappointments. We let those, like that self-talk, roll around in our heads all the time. So we need to kind of tame that down and also look to change that self-thoughts or those thinking that you have that might be dragging you down with something positive. Create some positive experiences and memories. I was reading some things about how, just create some more memories by doing new things, different things, challenging yourself. Spend some time with motivation or going inward, some of those practices that sometimes also bring us to some kind of peace and happiness.
Some think it's actually unrealistic for us to strive for happiness because happiness is a spurt. It comes in a spurt. It's
That's right.
momentary.
Right.
But contentment, it comes in a season. So once I started changing my mind a little to think about contentment versus being happy all the time, because who can maintain that? And it can be a little exhausting actually to have to be up and in that euphoric mood. But contentment, I think, has more to do with the true pathway to happiness, which is you got to figure out your particular talent in life and use it for a noble cause. That's the only shortcut. Find out who am I? If I say what makes me me, like if I'm a supportive person or a loving person, at the end of the day, I should say, Pat, how was I supportive today? And I ought to have an answer. How was I loving today? I ought to have an answer. Using your talent for a noble cause. I think that's what really does it.
That's
Pat,
great.
picking up on what you said at the beginning, I think a lot of the people in our society today are almost addicted to excitement, and they equate excitement with happiness. Whereas if we concentrated on make-inner instead of a makeover, cultivating our
Say that again.
a make-inner instead of a makeover.
Right.
Yeah.
It's always fun to have a makeover. If we did the same thing for our hearts we do for our superficial selves, so other people will like us, or in order to create excitement in our lives, or shopping spree at the mall, we've got it made, because then we're grounded and at peace. Or we can get back there. We can get back there.
Happiness is an emotion, and what happens to emotions? They come and go.
Yes.
They wax and wane.
Yes.
Somebody can push the wrong button and change that happiness.
Right. Yeah.
But you know what? Joy comes from within. And when you have joy, it doesn't necessarily go away because the situation changes. That inner joy is there no matter. And joy doesn't necessarily mean you'll go around showing all your pearly whites. Joy means that you're able to sustain yourself no matter what the situation is, no matter what's going on at any point in time with whomever.
And I read something that was brought by hospice nurses, and it kind of follows on Pat's idea of find what you're good at and use it to a greater good. And they said when they were working with dying patients, they would ask, what was the one thing you regretted not doing? And many of them came out with so many things that said, I didn't follow my dream. I didn't take those steps. I made the wrong choices that didn't drive me to my passion. And that was what they regret. So one thing they said about happiness is to kind of evaluate it periodically and say, what do I really want in life? What's my bucket list? Reevaluate that periodically and go for it.
Happiness is obviously an inside job. We all agree with that. But there are practical things that can get in the way. If you can remember that happiness is a season in your life, it's something that ebbs and flows, ask for help, look yourself in the mirror and love yourself. things will get better.